How did I get here? How did I get here?
Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new, welcome. My name is Hannah and I'm the mom with muscle. And in today's video, we are talking about Restoration Hardware's newest line, the Contemporary line. So if this is something you're interested in watching, just keep on watching. But if you haven't already, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. You guys know to hit that bell button for every time I upload a video. And if you're not already following me on Instagram, I would love to have you over at Mom with Muscle. Without further ado, let's get into this video. All right, so I'm going to be popping up pictures as well as going through some demonstrations from the magazine. As a side note though, if you have yet to pick up yourself one of these magazines, they are free to the public. So you can go into an RH or you can even get online and get on their mailing list. These magazines are stunning. They're not only free, they're thick. They are a work of art. I used to use them as a way to stack and add filler in between my coffee table books to just add a little bit more girth, if that makes sense. And they're just super beautiful to look at. They're stunning. They're amazing catalog. And so I'm gonna be going through this magazine and kind of giving you guys my feedback on what I think of this new Contemporary line. I wanna hear your guys' feedback. If you have yet to receive one of these, get on their website, even get on their mailing list to receive one of these. But I'm curious to see what you guys think of this new Contemporary line as well. But the first thing when looking at this book, they brought in a lot of material, different materials. So they brought in alabaster, they brought in travertine, a lot of brass elements. They brought in plaster, which is different for Restoration Hardware. Another thing, when I was looking at this magazine, it's very neutral tone. So a lot of their kind of designs are very monochromatic. They have lots of browns, brass, creams. There's no really contrasting colors to it. I don't know if you guys like that, if you prefer that. I know in today's trends, we're seeing Studio McGee where she's mixing patterns, she's mixing contrasting colors. We're doing green, we're doing black, we're doing brown, we're doing pops of blue. Whereas this, when you're looking at it, there's none of that. It is simply monochromatic. It is very neutral. There's no contrasting colors from one another. So it's a little bit different. I still can take an appreciation for that. One thing with Restoration Hardware design is very balanced. They strive for symmetry. So when you're looking at maybe even their design floor, if you're looking at one of their showroom floors, there's a lot of symmetry. They like it to be perfect. They like the same cabinet on either side of a window. They want it to be symmetrical. There's not a lot of mixing and matching different heights. There's not a lot of mixing and matching different chairs. So you'll see the same chair with the same sofa, the whole line all together. Some people love that, some people don't. I think Restoration Hardware can kind of read cold, which I have definitely can see why, because you're not getting that, you know, curated space that we're seeing so much of in today's design. Now, I do love the fact that they brought in different elements like alabaster, plaster, travertine. I think travertine is an incredible material we're seeing a lot more of. I think it is definitely becoming a trending material. The only thing is when I'm looking at this new line is they're bringing it in like nightstands. They're bringing it in dressers. Travertine is a very harsh, cold material, so I don't think I would want to bring a travertine nightstand into my bedroom. I think that could read cold. When I am designing my personal space, I want it to read inviting and comfortable and warm. Travertine, you're not gonna get that feeling from a travertine nightstand, personally. Can I appreciate it? Absolutely, it's stunning. But they brought it through lots of different dining tables. They brought it through console tables. I think the material that is resonating the most with me is they brought a lot of alabaster in. Alabaster is a very warm material. You get the kind of natural veining. The translucent alabaster has different shades and highlights tones between natural variations in the coloration of the veining, which is really beautiful. So they paired a lot of alabaster with like brass. So they have a lot of sconces. They have a lot of new chandeliers, lots of lamps. I love this. We can find dupes of this type of material and kind of style like home goods. So be on the hunt for that. But I really love their incorporation of alabaster in this new Contemporary line. They brought plaster through a lot of different lamps, which is pretty. They brought it in like a white plaster. something that we could definitely do as a DIY. You could always take a normal lamp if you want to change the base. A quick trip to Home Depot to pick up some plaster to kind of do your own DIY. Super simple. Plaster is becoming very popular as well. I think in this contemporary line, they're also bringing in a lot of curvature, which is very unlike Restoration. They usually do lots of harsh lines, lots of squared off edges, bringing in that kind of more modern type feel, where in this line, they're bringing in a lot of curvature through their accent chairs, through their, even some of their dressers and whatnot. They brought in a lot more rounded edges. Their bed frames, I can see, are a lot more rounded edges versus they usually have a lot more squared off styled furniture. So this is definitely new for RH. I really do love that. We obviously know that curvature and rounded chairs and kind of barrel back chairs are very popular right now. We're seeing them all over between Target, Studio McGee, Lulu and Georgia. So this was different for them, bringing in more rounded edges. I think they are sticking with the trends, which is great. You have to stay relevant, you can't just stay in the past. You got to go with what's trending. So I definitely think them bringing in more kind of rounded type furniture is very popular right now. They brought in a new line, which is called the Xoxo collection. It definitely reminds me of the Davos collection, which is one of my favorite out of RH. It's this beautiful oak material. They have it in a dark and a light version, but the only difference between the Xoxo and the Davos, again, is the curvature. So in this one, they brought in some more rounded edges, whereas the Davos is definitely a harsher, squared off, modern type vibe. I love this. I think this is beautiful. And they have this collection paired with their plasters. They're mixing and matching different material, which is great. I love it. I think it's a stunning new take on contemporary design. I don't categorize myself as contemporary. I definitely categorize myself as more of a rustic luxury, where I'm pairing modern elements and rustic elements, but I definitely think modern and contemporary kind of go hand in hand. They definitely mesh a little bit when it comes to their design and design style. Overall, I think this is a stunning new line from RH. I think there's a lot of things that we can take away when we're looking at these pages. Do I think everybody's gonna be able to afford this? No. I mean, there's some of the items in here that are just astronomical in price. And I don't think that this is going to pertain to a lot of people as far as budget goes, but I definitely think when we are looking at different catalogs like RH, we can all get inspiration. No matter what our price point is, we can all look at this and take something away. So I think that is kind of my biggest takeaway when it comes to this new line. Beautiful elements. We are definitely seeing some new materials that we can be on the hunt. If you are someone that likes to be in the now, be on trend, definitely take away some different materials that we are seeing and the different colors, the color scheme of being a little bit more monochromatic. So yeah, you guys, that is my kind of takeaway when it comes to this new line. I'm curious what you guys think of it. Sound off in the comments down below, but that is it. All right, guys, and that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it coming along and talking about the newest line from Restoration Hardware, their contemporary line. Again, sound off in the comments if you have looked at this line, if you've gotten on their website and taken a peek at the newest items that they offer on their website and in stores. I'm curious to hear what your feedback is. If you love it, if you don't love it, sound off in the comments. But until next time, you guys, I love you so much, and we will see you then. Peace.
Every change has a reason.